Sean Diddy Combs has finally broken his silence, and the message he has shared might be the most shocking revelation of his life. After decades of dominating the music industry and living a life of excess, his world has come crashing down amidst scandal, legal battles, and public outrage. With multiple lawsuits and allegations of misconduct, abuse, and exploitation now surrounding him, Diddy's final message isn't just about defending himself, it's about confronting the legacy he has left behind. In a rare and raw confession, Diddy opens up about the actions and choices that have haunted him, as everything he built now threatens to collapse around him.
Joining me very quickly, and I want to circle back to you, Kiala, about Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, spinning. I mean, this guy is a master promoter, okay? And the allegation is that Combs aided and abetted his son in this attack.
For years, Diddy's name has been synonymous with wealth, power, and influence. But behind the scenes, a darker story has unfolded. Now, as the walls close in, Diddy is reflecting on the life he led, the people he hurt, and the decisions that shaped his empire.
So I think we have a good shot tomorrow. Tomorrow we argue in front of the district court judge whose case this is. Today we argued in front of a magistrate judge whose case this is not. We'll never have this magistrate as our judge again, but tomorrow we argue in front of Judge Carter, and it's Judge Carter's case till the end. So hope springs eternal, but I think we have strong arguments, and I think we have a good chance.
Well, and what prosecutors are arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport 2 months ago. They were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them. And so I guess the question is, how do you assure the court that that won't happen if prosecutors are saying this is someone who's attempted to bribe security staff and has already threatened and interfered with witnesses?
So I think the most important thing, even more important than the passport, is that Mr. Combs came to New York on September 5th. As soon as we realized that this indictment was going to be coming down in a matter of weeks, maybe months, but sometime soon, and this whole notion that Mr. Combs is forcing drugs on someone is just nonsensical, and it's going to prove to not be true.
Well, on that video, he initially denied the allegations when his then girlfriend, who was in that video, filed a lawsuit last fall. And we have that video. I should note CNN was the first outlet to exclusively report on it. He denied that happened when she filed it in a complaint. And then when the video came out is when he apologized for it.
So I wasn't his lawyer back then, so I don't, and I don't think he denied. I mean, I think the lawyers were the ones mostly making the denials. I think they were denying sex crimes. I mean, because at the end of the day, the gravamen of that civil complaint wasn't a misdemeanor assault, which is what you see on that video. Not minimizing it, but it's a misdemeanor assault. What the gravamen of the complaint was sex crimes, and he denied that, and he still does.
Well, and you're saying that this is all just about that one relationship, but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today, and what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
Yeah, I think it's 49 witnesses and 1 victim. I think if you broke it down, and I say that because count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, has victim number 1, and there is no victim number 2. Anywhere in the indictment.
This isn't just about legal defense. It's an unflinching look at the consequences of his actions coming back to haunt him. In this final message, Diddy addresses everything: his relationship with power, the scandalous parties, the betrayal of friends, and the impact his behavior has had on those around him. Here's what Diddy had to say about his life, his regrets, and why everything is changing.
Is there still a beef going on with you and Biggie?
It was never a beef. It's only a difference in opinion.
Right.
To me, if I, like, my homeboy should have gave me the best advice I could ever give from anybody. He said, when people ask him if he's beefing with Bad Boy, with Puffy, he says like me going to a playground and picking on a little kid.
Right.
That's like me being mad at my little brother because he getting cash now. I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at my little brother when he don't respect me.
Yeah.
Now, when you don't respect me, I'm gonna spank your ass. I don't give a fuck how rich you got on the block. I'm your big brother.
The power that corrupted everything. Diddy starts by admitting that the power he wielded in the entertainment world went straight to his head. I had the world at my feet and I let it corrupt me, he says. He reflects on how the control he had over others, from artists to business partners, fueled his desire to dominate every aspect of his life.
Sex trafficking, interstate transportation for. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs threatened and coerced victims to fulfill his desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
You looking around like, damn, like, a lot of guys kissing each other in here, man. You feel me? What y'all do is y'all business.
So you've been to a party and seen this?
Oh, I've seen it firsthand, multiple times. I seen Dwight Howard in a pink dress, bro.
What?
I seen Dwight Howard in a pink dress with two other ladies in dresses. They all the same height at a Diddy party.
Oh.
Ask about Dwight Howard in Mexico.
What's up with Dwight Howard in Mexico?
You know, they don't got paparazzi out there like that. You feel me? They was down there hooping. He going to the club with these same ladies.
But this hunger for power led him to make decisions that would later come back to haunt him. Diddy acknowledges that the more power he gained, the more disconnected he became from reality, allowing himself to exploit the very people who trusted him. The rise of scandalous parties. The infamous freak-off parties that have become central to the allegations against Diddy are something he now deeply regrets. I let the parties define me, he admits. These events, filled with excessive behavior and a toxic environment, have become a symbol of Diddy's fall from grace.
This is incredibly disturbing footage, so I do want to warn our viewers, as you did. But as you said, Cassie's lawsuit, which was filed in November of 2023 and then was quickly settled overnight, it did open the floodgates. But in that complaint, Jake, she details an incident that she alleged happened in March of 2016 at a hotel in Los Angeles, physically assaulted by Diddy. Now our team in the LA Bureau, we have got our hands on that surveillance footage, and it appears to corroborate Cassie's claims identically.
Fact. So like, I distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless.
Right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
no, I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't, people say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know. You here, get your number.
He speaks about how these parties started as a way to celebrate success, but quickly spiraled into something much darker. Diddy acknowledges that while he didn't directly force anyone into anything, he created an environment where boundaries were blurred and people were taken advantage of. Now, those very events are at the center of the legal storm surrounding him, exploiting vulnerable artists. Diddy opens up about the way he treated some of the young artists he mentored, admitting that his mentorship was often tainted by manipulation. I saw them as investments, not people, he says. He recalls how he pushed stars like Usher and Justin Bieber into the limelight at a young age, exposing them to a world they weren't ready for.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul.
Combs had been living there for several weeks. A person with knowledge of the investigation told NBC News the arrest was based on a sealed indictment brought by the Southern District of New York.
His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment.
The Department of Justice may be taking steps to indict music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Two sources close to the investigation tell us that a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers. Since November, Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 of them directly accusing him of sexual assault.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, he was, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice, but then after that, he started being that.
Shocking new accusations. His alleged victim humiliated and traumatized. Diddy's legal troubles just got bigger, less than 48 hours after his somber mea culpa.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Extra has obtained this explosive new 15-page lawsuit filed by model Crystal McKinney. She claims he got her drunk and high with a joint that was laced with what she says was a narcotic or other intoxicating substance.
Diddy reflects on the responsibility he had as a mentor and how he failed to protect the very people who looked up to him. Now, with these artists silent and the world questioning his role in their lives, Diddy faces the harsh reality of how his actions shaped their futures. Relationships destroyed by betrayal. Diddy's message is also an apology to those he betrayed, from former friends to romantic partners like Cassie Ventura. I let people down who trusted me the most, he admits. He speaks about the toxic relationships he had, where control and dominance were more important to him than love or loyalty. Cassie's lawsuit, which alleged years of emotional and physical abuse, forced Diddy to confront the damage he caused. While he still denies many of the claims, Diddy admits that his behavior in these relationships was driven by a desire for control. And now, those choices have come back to destroy the relationships he once cherished.
You have it all figured out, you really do. You got a key to the city, you're licking toads. Yeah. I mean, and apparently you survived it. Did you have to use the ambulance or was just there? In case.
No, I didn't have to use the ambulance.
You didn't have to use the ambulance.
The consequences of legal battles. Diddy acknowledges that his legal troubles are no longer just accusations. They are a result of the choices he made throughout his life. I never thought it would come to this, he says, addressing the mounting lawsuits and criminal investigations. He reflects on how he once believed his wealth and power could shield him from consequences, but now realizes that his actions have real, devastating impacts.
It didn't take long for people to start connecting the dots and figuring out that Kathy was Jay-Z's mistress. Kathy had enough of living a double life and decided that it was finally time to tell her story, and that's when she was offed. First responders to the scene felt her death was suspicious. An NYPD officer speculated that, quote, someone might have given Kathy a bad drug.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
From racketeering charges to allegations of trafficking, Diddy knows that the legal battles ahead will define the rest of his life. This moment of reckoning is forcing him to confront the empire he built and the dark legacy he may leave behind. Manipulating the media and public perception. Diddy admits that much of his career was built on manipulating public perception. I controlled the narrative for too long, he reveals. He speaks about how he used his influence in the media to shape the way people saw him, often hiding the truth behind a carefully crafted image of success.
The boy, I guess, is, serious about his sports. Puffy is said to be a helicopter dad. Shows up and, you know what helicopter parenting is. Anyway, a helicopter dad. So apparently the team had practice early in the morning and Justin had missed quite a few practices and then he wasn't performing suitable to whoever's watching over the team. I guess they would call that the coach.
Now, as the truth about his actions comes to light, Diddy admits that he can no longer control the story. The media frenzy surrounding his arrest and the allegations against him has turned his world upside down, and for the first time, Diddy is realizing that the image he created is falling apart, the role of money in his downfall. Diddy's final message also touches on the role of money in his downfall. "Money became my downfall," he says. He reflects on how his obsession with wealth led him to make reckless decisions, both in business and in his personal life. Diddy acknowledges that his need to constantly acquire more money and maintain a lavish lifestyle blinded him to the harm he was causing.
And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this, and yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got sexual charges and everything on him, but he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN, is keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
He admits that money allowed him to push boundaries, take risks, and indulge in behaviors that he now regrets. But now, as his finances are frozen and his empire crumbles, Diddy is facing the reality that money cannot save him from the consequences of his actions. The dark side of fame and influence. Diddy's rise to fame brought him immense influence, but he now admits that this influence was often used in harmful ways. "Fame gave me power, and I abused it," he confesses. He speaks about how the adoration of fans and the respect of his peers allowed him to get away with behaviors that would have been unacceptable for anyone else.
I picture there over Midtown Manhattan. In Manhattan is where it all went down today. A judge denying Sean Diddy Combs' request for bail after he pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with more.
Rapper Sean Diddy Combs now facing sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges following a months-long investigation. He appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
Diddy acknowledges that his influence over others, particularly young artists, was a dangerous tool that he used to control and manipulate those around him. Now, as that influence fades, Diddy is left to reflect on the damage he caused by wielding it irresponsibly.
You were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week. And here's a statement that I have from his attorney. He says, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office." He goes on to say that he is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. Now, Abby, that video that you just spoke about was a few months ago when our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as the singer, her stage name, Cassie. Now, up until this point, when we broke this video, Diddy had denied the allegations against him. Cassie is one of 10 civil suits against Diddy, 9 of which he is accused directly of sexually assault. Up until that video, he denied everything. After that video came out, he changed his tone. He apologized for his conduct in that video. But I have to tell you, Abby, just as of last week, a former member of Danity Kane, which was one of the bands from Making the Band, Diddy's show that was on MTV, she sued him for sexual assault and other disturbing allegations, and he denied that. So he continues the denials, and he still maintains his innocence, even though he has been.
The role of silence in protecting the truth. Throughout his career, Diddy relied on silence, both his own and that of those around him, to protect his secrets. Silence was my greatest weapon, he admits. He speaks about how he used non-disclosure agreements, loyalty, and fear to keep those around him quiet about the darker side of his life.
Being incredibly healthy and her death being, well, shady. Rumors about the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Kathy sparked after she was spotted at a Las Vegas nightclub partying with Jay-Z and Diddy. It didn't take long for people to start connecting the dots and figuring out that Kathy was Jay-Z's mistress. Kathy had enough of living a double life and decided that it was finally time to tell her story, and that's when she was offed. First responders to the scene felt her death was suspicious. An NYPD officer speculated that, quote, someone might have given Kathy a bad drug.
Diddy reveals that many people knew the truth about his parties, his relationships, and his actions, but chose to stay silent either out of loyalty or fear of retribution. Now, with lawsuits and allegations piling up, Diddy realizes that the silence that once protected him is beginning to break, and the truth is finally coming to light.
What's up? Check this out, y'all. I am not about to be addressing every last thing that's going on in the world on the internet. But the thing I do have to address is this White Lives Matter t-shirt. I've always been there and I will always support my brother. Kanye is a free thinker. But the White Lives Matter t-shirt, I don't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. And with the press and what fashion is doing, thinking it's a joke. But right now, all America has planned for us is poverty, incarceration, and death. So before I could get to any other lives matter, which all lives matter, you know what I'm saying? That Black Lives Matter, don't play with it. If you don't wear the shirt, don't buy the shirt, don't play with the shirt. It's not a joke.
Reflections on his legacy. In his final message, Diddy reflects on the legacy he will leave behind. I wanted to be remembered as a legend, but now I wonder if that's even possible, he says. Diddy speaks about how he built an empire through hard work and ambition, but now, as his personal life unravels, he questions whether his legacy will be defined by his music or by the scandals that have come to light. Diddy acknowledges that his actions, both good and bad, will shape how he is remembered, and he admits that he may never be able to escape the shadow of his past. Several serious criminal allegations have been filed against Diddy, including abuse, manipulation, and coercion. In several lawsuits, he has been accused of orchestrating events where people were exploited and controlled.
Poison me, and by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills,
Right.
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who, cause you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got talk is cause you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, cause part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
Among the most disturbing revelations are the allegations made by former aides, including Cassie Ventura, Justin Bieber, and Usher, who came forward to share their harrowing experiences. Cassie, Diddy's longtime partner, was one of the first to break her silence and file a lawsuit accusing Diddy of years of abuse abuse, manipulation, and coercion into humiliating situations. The lawsuit was settled, but it sparked a wave of further allegations. In addition to his personal relationships, Diddy has also been accused of human trafficking, abuse, and hosting disturbing events that exploited young stars. His infamous freak-off parties, once the stuff of Hollywood whispers, are now exposed as venues for excess, control, and exploitation. These allegations opened the door to a federal investigation that led to his arrest on charges including organized crime and human trafficking. The seriousness of these allegations has led to the suspension of his accounts, an impending trial, and the collapse of his once mighty empire. Diddy's criminal charges are not simply about the actions of one man, but reflect a broader problem of power, control, and exploitation in the entertainment industry. Now that he has faced justice, his legacy will forever be tainted by the decisions he made behind closed doors. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what comes next in this ever-evolving scandal. Thanks for watching.